Hey guys, I'm out for another October camp tonight. It's been pretty windy here where I am all day. I was going to camp on top of the hill, but with the temperature forecast I'm going to camp down about halfway down the hill on some private land. So I just got permission to camp there, so I'm going to go set up the tent and get my dinner on. Temperatures meant to be down to single digits tonight, and that's without wind chill. So I have my 5-degree summer bag, but I have a secret weapon that's going to keep me warm tonight. Gotta keep the gates closed. I want to be allowed back here. I think I found my camp spot. Sheltered from the wind by these trees. Quite a sweet view of sunrise in the morning. I'm just looking at the ground here, really close to where I was about to put my tent up, and that looks like deer tracks to me. I do not want to be in my sleeping bag, in my tent, when deer come around here in the middle of the night. Found another nice spot here, but on further investigation I can see the ground is all tracked, and this kind of stuff, the bark is pulled off, and that's definitely deer activity, so this is a no-go as well. Okay, third time lucky. This looks like a flat spot, so I'm literally going to be sleeping on that strip. This is to put a bit of tension here, gives a bit more space on the inside. The same with the back. And the same at this side. It's a little twig I found along the way. It's looking pretty good. Amanita muscaria. I've done a couple of little modifications on the inside to prevent this sagging happening. So it's just a little bungee cord. Pull it tighter and it lifts up. And I've done it on all 4 corners. But I think that's tight enough for today. Good space in here. Right, time to get the bedding set up and get my dinner on. So this is my air mattress that I sleep on. Someone asked me if I would show inflating it, because it's got you don't blow it up and it doesn't self-inflate, but what you have is one of these bags to inflate it, so you don't get any moisture inside in it either. If it's too full, you kind of bounce off it. If you go to turn around, you know, I'm a side sleeper, so if you go from one side to the other, you could actually bounce yourself off and end up just on the tent floor. So this just want to get air in it and push it in. That wasn't a good example. So I normally just pump this just over half, so that would impact negatively its insulation properties, because you're less air there in in the mat, but it's working for me so far. Again, I haven't been sleeping in very cold weather. Okay, for me that is enough. Close the valve, main valve, and close that little guy. That is perfect. Yeah, sleeping bag. Ski pants for insulation tonight. Chair for sitting on. Layers. Important stove. Food bag. I don't believe it. I forgot my tent. Not my tent. I didn't forget my tent, obviously. I forgot my sleeping bag. Oh, yeah, it's about 100 kilometers away. Oh, for God's sake. So yeah, it's not a joke. I did forget my sleeping bag. And that secret weapon I was talking about to keep me warm in my summer 5-degree sleeping bag is going to be the only thing that's going to keep me warm, and it's here in this plastic bag. It's a wool blanket. So I've had to think about it. I thought about just packing up and just going back to the car, but I'm going to just give it a go and see if I can survive the night in this and not freeze. If I do get too cold, I'll pack up in the middle of the night and go back to the car. But one other thing I did remember to bring was a thermometer. So I was planning on testing the sleeping bag and the blanket and see what temperature it actually gets to in the tent tonight. So now it's going to be a test of me in a blanket. And see how that goes. I'm sitting in a kind of a self-supporting chair. It's from Thermarest. So I bought some smaller sleeping mattresses a few years ago, and they sent 2 kind of chairs for free with it. So the idea is you put your Thermarest mat into the chair and it becomes a chair. But I've got a different mat now, which is too big for this. But I find this just works by itself, and I put my little kneel mat, you know, that little foam mat, in what I sit on. So this is my second time trying to use my hiking pole as a selfie stick, or whatever you call it. So sorry, the midges are getting me again. So hopefully this works. I want to try and see if you can see my seat. So it's self-supporting. It's actually pretty comfortable, and it's really lightweight, and it rolls up the size of a little stick. It's good enough for me. I have dessert after this, so I want to boil some more water for that. So for dessert, we've hot chocolate, which I measured out already. Into that there's going to be marshmallows. And to finish off, the remainder of the raspberry creams from the previous camp. Still 2 left, which is amazing for me because I'm a biscuit hound. Sweet. I'm in the tent now. I decided to go for a bit of a stroll before coming into the tent just to make sure I was warm. And as you can see, big red head on me, too hot, so I had to take off a few layers. So I'm just going to try and get my temperature kind of level, whatever that means. Not too hot, not too cold, just right. And then I will turn in for the night. Hopefully no deer come around, because there's a lot of deer activity I could see in the fields around here. And they're starting to get active this time of the year again. So hopefully it's a good night, and hopefully I'm warm. I think I'll be okay. There's a stream, I can hear it flowing just over to my left. So hopefully that'll lull me off to sleep. Yeah, let's see, what temperature is it saying? It's saying it's 12 degrees at the moment. 12.4 degrees. Sure, that's positively balmy. What am I stressing about? See you in the morning. Ooh. Right, it's 7 AM. I've been up a while. Just started packing up the tent. The inside of it at least anyway, and I'm going to have my breakfast. It didn't get too cold last night. So if you can see that, 11.2 degrees was the coldest it got to. It's not bright yet. No, you can't see nothing. Turn off that. There were deer rutting, I don't know if that's the word. Making noise anyway during the night. They didn't seem to get too close, but it just kind of kept me on edge. I came up to have a look at the original camp spot. I don't know if you can see that. That's 1, 2. So I assume that was 2 deer that slept there last night. And my camp spot was going to be just over here. So that would have been about 8 meters from where the deer were sleeping. So I'm glad I didn't stay here last night. This is something I didn't notice yesterday. These gorse bushes just chopped down. That's definite stag deer activity. So that happened overnight. So this is probably where that stag was when I could hear him roaring. That's about 200 meters from my tent. Tent stayed very steady all night. There wasn't much wind, it's pretty calm. No condensation, tent is dry on the outside. So it's going to be easy to put it away. Let's have a look at this guy. Did he grow much overnight? He grew a little bit. Main thing, leave no trace. Just a bit of flattened grass. And this guy, still growing away.